As you probably have noticed, Lightroom has come out with its October update, and with it has come some interesting tools that may or may not be worth it. There is the assisted culling, there is the auto stack feature, there is the dust spot removal, and the variant slider in the point color. Now, there's a couple of other things, like it upgraded its tethering to support some Leica cameras, it did some bug fixes, performance fixes. Please tell me it sped Lightroom up. Oh my God, that would be amazing. And a few other things that are kind of in the back end. However, the new update that affects you as an editor, well, we're going to cover those and see if they're worth a damn, because sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't. But let's get into the video. My name is Will. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, I need a favor really fast. I like to keep the intros relatively short because I know everyone on YouTube is like, get to the point of the video. But I'm trying to kind of make the YouTube thing a thing. I've been doing it for about 5 years now. I'm at 45,000 subscribers. Woohoo! Thanks to everybody who is subscribed and watches my videos. You guys are awesome. But my goal is, like any other YouTuber, to get to 100,000. I've been making these videos for a while now, and I think we can do it. With your support, with your help, like, comment, share. I support you by making these videos, hoping to make you a better photographer. Please support me and help me be a better YouTuber. Anyways, let's get into assisted culling, shall we? Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to library. We're going to scroll down to import, and we're going to go down to this engagement shoot that I shot a few weeks ago. Now, this is only partially, as you see, it says 203 photos. This was way more than that. I just figure it wasn't necessarily necessary to do all of the photos because of what we're doing. Now, if you're here in the import area, you'll notice there's a couple of new things. The first and foremost and most important is assisted culling. If you click this, you will notice a tab over here, and it says early access. What this means is if you click the button, you can read the document that explains what the early access for assisted culling is. I'm not gonna go over it in this video because you can read, I'm sure of it. Or maybe you can, that's why you're watching videos. If you can, I apologize. Let's carry on. Okay, so you'll notice down here it says analyzing. You do not need to wait until this is done to start picking and choosing on your selects, but this is Lightroom's AI going through everything to rate it properly. Now, what Lightroom does is it gives it a score, and this is how it chooses whether it's good or bad. First thing you can do is your selects. You can select by subject focus, eye focus, eyes open, or all of the above. Rejects, you can reject certain things like documents and receipts. Let's say you're at an engagement shoot or a wedding and you see a document like a receipt and you're like, I need to take a picture of that document because why not? You take a picture of a document, you want to reject it? Good, there you go. Misfires. This is AI, again, determining if it's a misfire. The next one is exposure issues. Again, AI determining if your photo is underexposed or not exposed properly. This day and age, with all of the trend photos that are going around, I guarantee this one and misfires is going to reject those because they're usually blurry, they're usually underexposed. A silhouette photo is going to be underexposed. Watch this, it is not perfect. Over here is auto stack, we'll get into that in a second. And then on the right side, you can click don't import rejected images. Let's see how this does. Let's go by subject focus and let's go all the way soft. This is gonna select everything. It's gonna be like all is good, okay? So let's go up to 40% or 40, that's the rating. Let's scroll down and notice how everything has check marks still. Good, this is a plus for me, thank you very much. Okay, let's go to 60. Oh, we got a red one. Perfect, okay. So this is simply saying that the subject isn't focused. If we click this and zoom in, whoa, there we go. You'll notice that they are a little bit soft. So good call. So that's a good one. Let's see if there's any other reject. Oh, there's a bunch. Okay, so all of these. This one. Okay, so there's a few. Now you'll notice over here, subject out of focus, its score was 52. So at a rating of 60, this didn't pass the test. And we all know we love tests. So this is just AI going through and saying this is out of focus. Now, let's go to eye focus and we'll do 50% here. Here we go. We got a bunch more that are that we got X'd off, including these. Wonder why this one. I wonder if this is just because the eyes are closed. Oh, because she's not in focus and he is. Okay, what about the other one before? Yeah, that's probably why on those. So that's a good call. But again, workable. So if we look at this one, is she in focus? Yeah, she's in focus. So hey, that actually works. That's a nice one. Good. And okay, good. So that is eye focus, eyes open. You have two options here. You can reject photos without people's eyes, which means if there's no eyes and you're doing like detail shot or body shot, it's going to reject those. Reject all can't tell images. This is saying that if Lightroom can't tell, see you later, photo. So that is your selects, right? So now, misfires. Let's see what happens. If I click misfires, oh, there we go. Okay, so it thinks this is a misfire, which I'll show you this photo. I love this photo. It's focused on them here, and their hands are blurry and the tower is blurry. And then these here, it says these are misfires because I'm shooting through the bushes and they're there. So that's not a misfire, but fine. And let's go to exposure issues. Oh yeah, everything is exposed. So Lightroom thinks I expose things properly. That's awesome. Good. Now, so let's just click misfires because it gives us a mix. And you'll notice down at the bottom, you can do view your selects, so all your check marks, and you can view your rejects. So this is what it rejected, or you can view them all. But it also tells you 187 selects, 16 rejects. So if I was to click this button, it is not going to import all the rejects, the red X's. But honestly, I personally cull faster than this and more accurately, so this isn't very useful to me yet. Again, it's early access, so it's still developing, but it's not quite there yet, and that's okay. I'm probably not going to use it personally, but again, that's okay. In development, I'll use it, I'll test it, I'll see what it works with, and we'll go from there. Now, the next update is the auto stack feature. Now, before we get into auto stack, I just wanted to let you know that all of these have more in-depth videos in my Lightroom Master of Editing course, which covers everything you need to know about editing in Lightroom. When this update came out, I had these videos done and uploaded almost immediately, covering them in far more detail so you fully understand how to use these tools. So if you want to check my course out, I'll put a link in the description, but you're going to love it, but go check it out. So the next thing is the auto stack. Now what this does is it takes similar photos and it stacks them. Kind of like when you're in your library, you select multiple photos to merge them together and it creates a stack on your photo timeline. So we can sort this by capture time, which I only think is going to be relevant when you're doing like a portraiture session or something like that. And there's time in between, which is changing looks, because I don't know what Lightroom considers close timing to stack them as opposed to, you know, oh, I'm just shooting this look, then this look. I don't know. I don't know what the use is of that. However, visual similarity seems to make more sense because if it's all the same photo, then it can stack it on. Anyways, I'll show you. So let's click visual similarity and you can do less similar or more similar. When you click it, you'll notice that this gives your stacks and the amount of photos that it's stacked together. Now it's not great. I've played with it a little bit and look, this photo here has 105 photos stacked. If I click it, it thinks that this photo is all of these. These are all similar. This is like 7 different locations and several different looks. I mean, it thinks this photo is this photo, is this photo, is this. I mean, it's not good. That was bad. Now, if I uncheck that and then go to more similar, it's going to give me more options. You notice down here, 26 stacks, 3 unstacked. And it has separated those, which is good. So now we have this one, which has 7, which is the ones on the bench. That makes sense. We have this one, which is, so you just had to filter it a little bit, but at first it was really, really bad. However, the problem that I noticed with this is you can't select a key photo. So it's going to stack them all, but you can't select which is the top photo. Now, I assume this will be updated because it's the biggest thing. It's like an iPhone with a live photo and you make the one your key photo. That will come because this makes no sense. Now, if you can do it and I'm not figuring out how, comment below, let me know. But that's how to do the stacks. And that's pretty much the assisted culling. There's not much more to it yet. I will update you as I get updated, but that pretty much covers all of that, the assisted culling and the auto stack. But just as another note, once you've imported all of your photos, let's say you didn't do the assisted culling. Well, you can actually still do it. Once you've imported all your photos, you go to library, Over here on the right, you'll notice assisted culling, and you'll notice your same features. So you can import everything and then do the assisted culling, or you could do the assisted culling and then import everything. You can do it both ways. It's not like you have to do it before you import. You have that option. Now, the next feature, which is a little bit unique, is a feature that they added to the point color tool. Now, if you go to Color Mixer, go to point color, let's just select our skin tone here. You'll notice that there is now a variance slider. Now, this is a very unique slider because what it does is it takes similar colors to your selected color and it either adds or subtracts contrast, meaning it makes the similar colors more like the selected color or less like the selected color for contrast. Now, the biggest use that I have found with this one is simply skin tones and balancing them out, because skin tones draw a lot of light. You have warm light from the sun, you have white light from your flash, you have green lights from the highlights, and you have red light. You just have lots of lights that reflect on the skin tones. So if I zoom in here and I take this variance slider and I go to the left, it's going to remove the contrast of the similar colors, and it's going to take out a lot of the saturation. But you will notice that all of them look the same now. The similar colors all look the same. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying that's what it does. Now, if I undo that and then go to the right, this causes all the similar colors to add contrast and in turn add a lot of saturation. And again, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it shows you the exaggeration of what this tool does. If you have skin tones that are a little bit off, you can use this subtly to balance them. So by dropping this to -15, you'll notice very gently that the skin tones are more even. Now, I would add back a little bit of saturation and then a little bit of luminance and then maybe shift the hue. There we go. So now the skin tones are a little bit more balanced. If I wanted to add, let's reset all these. If I wanted to add more contrast into the skin tones, I could raise this just a shade and maybe give her a little bit more exaggeration in her face. So there is a lot of use in this tool, but it's one that you need to use very, very lightly. And again, I went over this tool in much bigger detail in my Lightroom Master of Editing course. So again, go check it out, linked in the description. Now, the last and final update that really makes a difference in this Lightroom update is a new removal tool, and that is simply the dust spot removal tool. Now, I will tell you, I keep my gear very, very clean and up to speed. I clean it before almost every shoot. I send it into Canon to have them officially clean it twice a year. So my stuff is really, really nice and clean and sparkly. So it's very hard for me to find a dust spot. So here's a photo that's actually in my Lightroom Master of Editing course. You get to play with this image here, but we're gonna go into the removal tool, into distractions, and you'll notice a new feature called dust. Now, it seems very, very simple. You can visualize the spots, and as you can see, you probably can't really see any dust spots because again, clean sensor, clean glass. But if we press apply, it is going to check out the image and see if it finds something. Now, once it has done, it's going to automatically select the dust spot here and remove it. Then you have the option to add more. So you can take the brush and you can click wherever you want and add more removals. Then if you need to adjust one, you simply just click the spot and you can press refresh or delete it. If you want to remove it, you can push and hold Alt Option, get the scissors, you can click one, or you can drag a box and select all of them. But that is pretty much all there is to the distraction removal dust tool. And that's it for this update video. So don't forget to go check out my Lightroom Master of Editing course, because again, it covers everything you need to know about editing in Lightroom. Don't forget to like, share, comment, help me be a better YouTuber so I can keep making great videos for you to make you the best photographer you can be. Here's a couple of videos to go check out. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll see you in the next video.